good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You remember me? You remember me? 79 Bronco.
Here's McNair.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Tight right. Hey. Trap 60. Trap 60. We got 4 down. 4 down. Mike 55. Mike 55. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D.
Now McNair. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there for the Patriots.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
D-line, get that quarterback. Check that.
A first carry now for Reggie Bush. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
19 tight. 19 tight. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
From the gun, here's McNair. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Mustang 19. 55. Hey, let's get this. Get this. Check. 55. Man out.
To throw, McNair. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
Right now.
Pat Freiermuth there to make the grab. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go. Ready. Here we go. Trap 60.
Manning now on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, Is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. Take over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Justin Jefferson, 79 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. These two teams all tied after 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Too little, Cupcake. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
McNair. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Out of the gun, it's McNair. Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Mike 55! Mike 55!
On 1st and 10, McNair. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And some space here. Always costly to cough up. That football, these defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Hey, smash Bronco. Switch. Switch.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Yes. Here we go. Come on. Set.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Hey, check Mike. On the ball. Let's go.
Play action. It's McNair. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So the fumble recovery, and now Manning escaping the pressure right. Space to run past the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Manning, right side, caught by Jackson. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Go street. Let's go. 19 Lion.
31's the mic. Coming to you.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jerry Rice there to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Williams to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the run.
Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to 9. Mike over there.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Rabbit.
On play action, now Manning. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw. trying to get one downfield.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Manning. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Stay with your man. Check.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Rig alert. Dragon 60.
Blue Dan. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike.
Now McNair. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
McNair to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for the Patriots. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And Folk's kick is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. 79 Broncos.
Play action. Manning. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jerry Rice. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Williams now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 39. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll roll him out right.
He's checking.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Don't get nervous now.
They'll try and run for it here with Dickerson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Panther 60. 70 Timberwolves.
Second down and goal. Manning. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Peyton Manning taking it.
Truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on Rap a Lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's real rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The line to a praying woman. The truth of sin took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a